Can't stop, won't stop. 5 plays. Stick around. Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to 5 Play Friday. We're not delaying today. I'm Greg Austin with a Better Official. We're going to look at plays. Let's look at our first play, possibly a you make the call play. What do you have on play number 1? Play. Put your ruling down in the comments and stick around to the end of the show today where we'll look at all of the things on play number 1. Okay, next play. All right, our calling official is all over the play. Is this a backcourt ruling? Yeah, it is. And there's obviously elements of this play which it's great to see in the wild so that we know how to do things properly. Not that it's a huge deal, but this is a team that has caused the ball to gain backcourt status, and once backcourt status was gained, was then the first to touch. This is a backcourt violation by rule, assuming that black 22 didn't deflect the ball. Backcourt, but where's the resulting throw-in? We know that all backcourt violations go to the spot in the front court nearest the violation, but there's a little asterisk on that, and that is this play. That's why it's great to see in the wild. Since the illegal touching, as it were, was in the team's front court, which is the only of the backcourt violation possibilities where this could occur, the touching is in the front court, the resulting throw-in for the opponent is in the backcourt. So that's why this play is great to see. We also see our old lead, new trail, right, has a question for the calling official, right? Something doesn't seem right to them. Just want to verify. Maybe we ask a question. Hey, front court status, backcourt status, right? I didn't see, whatever. Just to slow the official down, make sure we have a proper ruling on a play like this. So often we just go with the flow, man. My partner made a call, right? So just by instinct, if you have a question, ask the question, right? Calling official says, no, this is what happened, we move on. Easy peasy. So great to see this play in the wild. It is the one instance where a backcourt violation does not result in a front court throw-in for the opponent. Okay. On this play, we have a player who receives the basketball, elevates to attempt to try for goal, for some reason changes their mind, and does what? What do they do on this play? Do they initiate a dribble? You cannot lift your pivot foot and dribble the basketball. Does this player dribble the basketball? This is a conundrum for me, right? If this player elevates and simply releases the basketball and doesn't touch the basketball, have they committed a violation? If this player elevates, as they do on this play, realizes I've got a defender here, and releases the ball in some fashion where they're pushing the ball to the floor, when the ball hits the floor, has a violation occurred, or does something else have to happen on this play? First of all, our lead official needs to get out of the way here on this play. Right, we notice with the player's left hand, it kind of flicks the ball down. Is this the initiation of a dribble on this play? I think it is. And when they subsequently contact the ball, violation. My brain says that's the thing, even though they never actually continue the dribble. They are a player in control who, by flicking the ball to the floor, has begun a dribble. But if they did that simply in a vacuum and never touched the ball again, and a teammate came and got the ball, would a violation have occurred? I'm still mystified by this play. My brain can't process it. It can't process the play. What do you have on this play? Put your ruling in the comments below. Yeah. Hey, if this is the video content that you find valuable as a basketball official, do me a solid and hit the like button right now. Thanks.
And I don't know who's going to cut to the basket for a little tip here, but Bashir.
All right, a great play with 0.2 on the clock. Inbounds play under the team's basket, tied score, right? So we can talk, first of all, what's your mindset in this situation, right? We know what we're looking for. Everybody knows what we're looking for. This player cannot catch and shoot, right? We also know as a crew who is the likely shooter in this scenario, right? Teams will favor a shooter, their best player, etc., the one who can elevate the highest, etc., right? So we're very aware of this off-ball action. We have very aggressive hand fighting between the two defenders. Screening action, which we could discuss the legality of the screening action on the play. In an effort to get around the screen, our defender grabs the opponent by the head, flings them to the floor right here. Clock starts early, assuming that the bug on the screen. A lot of things on this play. If we look at the habits and fundamentals, looks like our trail official is super focused on the throw-in and not the play in front of them. Just a really interesting scenario here. We've got to be aware of this hand fighting on defense. That screening action has to be the centers. The action by the defender with the head contact. This is a collegiate game, I believe. So, as a result, possibly the ability to go to the monitor. I don't know NCAA men's rules. Obviously, at the high school level, we are not going to have that luxury, right? So, being super aware of the clock in this situation and chopping the clock is not, I don't think it's our highest priority, right? We know what's going to happen on this play. There's only one thing that can happen. They're either going to tap the ball for goal, or the ball is going to be touched and the period will be over at that point, but touched by a defender, caught by a player, etc. Right? So in the absence of that, being so focused on chopping correctly, not such a big deal at the high school level, I wouldn't think. We have to officiate the play. This seems like an unofficiated play. Yeah. A great get here would be illegal screen, right? Screening a moving opponent, right? We put that whistle on the play. There's team control, so it's a team. There's no free throws result. The opponent gets the ball at point 2, and we're going to overtime, right? That would be a great solution on this play. But this is a good play to see, and how we can have, even in the most, it's all intimate. It's right in front of us as a crew, and yet there's unofficiated action on the play. Yeah. Okay, it is end of season, right? We are in playoff games. We are going to have end of game situations, and this type of play, is the hallmark of a team that is trailing, has to go the length of the court. This is very appropriate for high school, and has a coach who saw that video on YouTube or TikTok or whatever and designs this play, and the players don't execute it well, right? The attempt here is by the throwing team to draw a foul on a defender by setting a screen on a throw-in pass where they can move along the end line. The thrower starts at one sideline, moves to the other. The defender, trying to, put pressure on the throw-in, does not see this little small defender sneak into their path and attempt to take a foul by being displaced. But of course, what occurs on this play is not a foul on the defense. This is an illegal screen, right? We are screening a moving opponent. We must give them time and distance. So the key thing on plays like this is to be aware that it's a possibility, right? If we have a team that's down, especially at the high school level, they can't advance the ball, right? They have an end line throw in with 1 second or a half a second, or in this instance, 2.5 seconds. They have to go to the length of the court and shoot. So they may try to draw this foul. They're in the bonus. They'll get 2 free throws, chance to win the game, right? So if we're aware of these situations, we're so much better prepared to adjudicate them. If they just come out of nowhere, we may be surprised by it, right? This is an illegal screen by rule. Our crew says, we're not putting a whistle on that, right? We're going to, again, in end of game situations, we want to call obvious things that are impactful to the play. We want the play to unfold. We want a great ending to the play, etc. But this is a pretty egregious foul on the screen here. Yeah. So, being aware is the main component of a play like this. This is what we're talking about during the timeout that precedes this throw-in. Also, one great thing to do here is look at the administering official on this play. Habits and fundamentals, allowing the moment to breathe, allowing everybody to be ready to play, right? This is a big moment in the game, indicating multiple times you can move, saying to our defender, hands back, right? Preventative officiating here, says to our defender, hands back, right? He moves him back. He doesn't have to move him back. He has enough space, right? Yeah. And then we got a tough out of bounds call. Probably going to the monitor, man. So a great play to be prepared for as we approach some critical game, end of game situation, being ready as a crew. Let's look back and look at all of the things on play number 1. Okay, so the challenge, let's see. The challenge on this play is whether or not this is a try for goal. We know that a player who dribbles the ball to the basket, throws the ball against the backboard, catches the ball, dunks, which this girl didn't do. We know that that's considered to be a try for goal because they threw it towards their basket. So you could certainly make that contention on this play. My brain says that's not the case here. This is an inadvertent, like a cross-court pass. Let's say the player was in the front court and threw a cross-court pass, a skip pass that contacted the ring. Yeah. I don't know. I'm open to interpretation on this. My brain says backcourt violation. You could also say, could you also say this player has an illegal dribble because they threw it, they terminated their dribble and ended up catching their self-pass? All right, a really straightforward foul during a three-point shot. I've included this play as an effort to talk to young officials. You're a young official, right? Look at the elements of our crew and our calling official on the play. Focus on these things, right? Body position, demeanor, certainty, confidence, strength, and knowing what happens next. This is like a choreographed event. How can this be a choreographed event, right? Everything we do has a purpose. We do things at the spot of the foul. We do things when we report, right? Notice the timing of the crew. By the time the official finishes reporting, they end up in the spot that they want to end up to do the next thing, which is the free throws or the free throw that results, etc. As a young official, right, we want to know the rules and we want to make great calls and we want to do all these things. But if we come off as super confident, strong, assured, etc., we are ahead of the game. We are put in a position where we can more focus on the things we need to focus on. We're put ourselves in a position to feel confident on the court, right? So as we approach the off season, this is a great play to look at and say, I want to be able to do all of these things. I want to have that strength and confidence. How can I do that, right? You can fake it till you make it, right? And the mechanics involved, the signaling involved, is something you could practice, right? So that's why I wanted to include this play, right? Also, note the play itself. Note the action, the way the team is running their offense. This is tremendous opportunity to really focus on our discipline as officials. This is great primary coverage area action. Who is officiating what? Am I wandering? Am I looking at the ball when I should be looking? There's so much off-ball action, screening action, etc. This is a great opportunity when you have this action to really focus on my primary coverage area, right? Something funky with the dribbler there. Was it obvious? No. Also note, why does our player go so hard to the floor, right? Because the defender landed on his foot. When players get their foot landed on, they are going to fall to the floor. That's just an obvious thing, right? Right. And notice the timing of our crew, right? Everything's ready. Officials reporting. They move into position. We are administering the throw-in, right? It's a dance that we do as officials. Really focus on doing those things, and your presence on the court is much stronger. So as we head to the off season and you are a young official, really focus on your confidence, demeanor, the way that you present yourself on the court, and know all of the dance steps so that you end up in a great position for what happens next. Well, what happens next here is I'm going to say thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. Much appreciated. Special shout out to our show supporters. Much appreciated. Much love. Yes. Yes. We have additional video content for you. Take advantage of that. We will see you in the very next video. Take care, everybody.